What's poppin', everyone? Drama in the building tonight at Universal Studios, and we have a special guest. We have a veteran in the game. We have Wil400 tonight with us. Hi, Will.
Hello.
How are you tonight? Thank you for joining us.
I'm doing fantastic. It was a fun day with Connect and everything. So, yeah, a lot of excitement.
Oh, you spent the day in Connect today.
hmm Yeah, it was pretty fun and good information. So, pre ordered my quest and now just got to wait. It's like Christmas. So, yeah.
What's the wait time?
I think they start shipping October 10th for anyone that pre ordered the
Oh,
Quest 3. So, yeah.
October 10th, so in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, yeah, 2 or 3 weeks.
Amazing. So, Will, I'm so curious about all your endeavors here in Meta and specifically your film journey here in Horizon Worlds. Can
hmm
you tell me how you started in Horizon Worlds? What's your introduction to Horizon Worlds?
Yeah, so about 3 years ago, I got the Quest 2
Mm-hmm.
and I signed up to get into Meta Horizon Worlds. Well, at the time it was called Facebook Horizons. And yeah, I got like approved right away and it was something really hard to get in. So the community was very small. It was like 100 active people online. That's how
Wow.
small it was. And then I wanted to do something different and never done before. And I have a passion with filmmaking. I'm currently getting my bachelor's as a filmmaker. I'm almost done with that. So yeah, with my passion and love with films, I wanted to see if it was possible to do filming in Horizon and edit and all that stuff. So yeah, about a year into being in Horizon, give or take, and I started Blue Wave Studios, which is a film production, here in Horizon specifically. And I had a great team and we tried different things out, green screen to see if that worked, and just
Mhm.
building and being creative with filming and stuff. So yeah, I we a big group helped me start a film called From Beyond, which was our very first experimental film in Horizon Worlds.
Mhm.
And we just progressed. Started going to school for filmmaking because I had my AA in digital gaming at the time. So I wanted to be an animated animation filmmaker, but now I'm more into the real world and VR stuff. So yeah, and then
Wow.
just after a while, I just did a little skit films and stuff, and um, yeah, and then I made the film called Enemy of the Neighbors that we released this past, January, and yeah, it was a pretty huge hit, and it was a big progress from what we started as. And going to school as a filmmaker, I learned a lot, so I use a lot of those techniques in here. Obviously, I had to find loopholes because filming
Mhm.
in VR is a lot different than in real world, but there's a lot of similarities as well. And yeah, just making films. It's fun, and I like to share my knowledge with others, whoever want to be a filmmaker in the metaverse. Um, I like to teach what I've learned, little tricks.
So, Will, when you first decided that you wanted to incorporate film in Horizon Worlds, what was your initial vision and how did it change as you started growing here on the platform?
Yeah, yeah. I don't say this as like a bragging way, but
Mhm.
Blue Wave was the first one to create films in Horizon just because I had an early start compared to a lot of people who weren't in the beta testing and stuff. So it was
Understandable.
kind of cool to get a little bit of advantage. During
Mhm.
those times, you just really don't know and don't expect what will happen because this is completely new. It's different.
Right.
It's unheard of. So yeah, it was just seeing where it would go, and, after a while, yeah, there are some things where I'm like, "Oh, I wish, Blue Wave can become work towards this or filmmaking in the metaverse, we can have these tools and, you know, ways to kind of show, you know, what it's like, filming in the metaverse and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
even to this day, it's just full of surprises and you just I do this because I love it and I enjoy it and it's
Mhm.
satisfying. So um
Yeah.
after completing something you just don't know where to go. The best thing I could do is put films in film festivals. And um, when we put From Beyond, our very first one, we actually got a honorable mention at a film festival. So that was really cool. And um, it wasn't our best film. It wasn't my best film at all, but it turned out to. I mean, it got a honorable mention. So, and then that opened up categories for film festivals to have VR films. So
Mhm.
it was really cool to be a part of all of
Wow.
that. Yes.
So which film festival was your project featured in?
Um, our most recent one, Enemy of the Neighbors, I forgot what it's fully called, but it's the
Mhm.
F5 VAS, festival. It's a film festival in Canada, and they're fairly
Mm.
new. But
And this is IRL?
this is in real world, yes. I just submit. I have Tina who helps me a lot with Blue Wave on the producing side, so she'll
Okay.
submit a lot of these to film festivals. But yeah, we got a official selection at that film festival, which was really cool and a great honor. And
Mhm.
um, the festival, everyone there loved it. So it was really cool to get good feedbacks coming back from that. Um, and I even got to
And what
do
kind
an interview with them with the festival. So,
Wow. And what kind of what genre are your films in?
well, film festivals, they're VR, they don't really have open categories in the VR sections, but a lot of my
Okay.
films are basically I like science fictional stuff. So
Okay.
our first film From Beyond was science fictional. Enemy of the Neighbors was kind of like fictional, and I actually wrote a fighting scene in school, and
Mhm.
I thought about it and I was like, oh, I can do this in VR. So I added a beginning and an end, and um yeah, that was more of a kind of a fictional film. So
So
non-fictional, fictional.
sci-fi and fictional are
Yes.
kind of like the genres where your projects are based on.
Comedy, yeah, there's a little bit of comedy in it. So yeah, it's just whatever
Okay.
comes to mind at the time.
And what are your goals? Like where do you see yourself moving forward with Blue Wave and the projects that you have going on?
Ideally, I would like to I mean, I want Blue Wave to be a huge impact with the community. It's
Mhm.
entertaining and stuff. I like entertaining the, VR communities and stuff and showing, the making the impossible possible.
Right.
And I hope it inspires others to do the same thing. So it's very satisfying seeing other people wanting to be a filmmaker, in VR and stuff like that. A long time goal, it'd be cool to get a budget, like or have
Mhm.
like a meta theater where the communities can submit their films and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I just want to, entertain the community is really my main
Mhm.
focus, and anything after that is just a bonus. So,
And where can we find your films? Where can we stream them? Where can we find them?
yeah, there's a few different places you can go.
Mhm.
We have Instagram, which usually kind of posts like what we're up to at the time. So
Mhm.
sometimes it's quiet for a bit, but you kind of get to see the pre-productions of things behind the scene a little bit. We
Yeah.
have our Facebook page, Blue Wave Studios, as well. They're all the same. Our Facebook group, Blue Wave Studios, will write, same thing, and we'll post our YouTube videos because it's really hard to have it put videos on a platform,
Mhm.
especially when they're a huge file that Facebook doesn't support or whatever. So I have to put it onto YouTube and share it as a link. So we have our Blue Wave
Okay.
Studios YouTube as well. So if you follow
Mm.
any Instagram, Facebook page, um, eventually when we release stuff, will give you the link to the YouTube, and then you could always subscribe and follow.
Awesome. So, do you have any last words for our audience? Any recommendations, or even for the people who are not on Horizon Worlds yet? What do you have to say to the people who are outside of Horizon Worlds?
I say give VR a try if you come into Horizon. Like, don't judge it right away. Get used to it. Meet people. Start your own community if you're a filmmaker. Like, come and experience it. It's a lot of fun. It's unique.
Mhm.
It's definitely a pleasure, and you get to meet a lot of cool people. So just give it time and come join us.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Wil400. I am super excited to check out your projects on YouTube, and I will definitely be on the lookout for any announcements that you have going on Instagram. And what are your social media handles for the audience as well?
Yeah, Instagram, it's blue wave underscore or blue underscore wave underscore studios. And then on Facebook, you can find our Blue Wave Studios page or our Blue Wave Studios fan group, which is just more of a
Mhm.
group and stuff like that. And we usually tend to have little sneak peeks through those channels. And then yeah, we have two films coming up too, so
Coming
look out.
soon.
One's going to be released in 2 weeks. So that's kind of my spoil alert right now. So I haven't
Yeah.
mentioned anything. And then we're working on another one, which we hope to finish before the Thanksgiving break.
Wow. So you heard it here, Meta Familia. We are the first ones, or one of the first ones, to find out about our new or Will 400 and Blue Way Studios new project that is coming out in 2 weeks. Stay tuned, and thank you for joining us tonight at Meta Universal Studios.